Welcome everybody to this week's KubeVirt community meeting. It is the 15th of July, 2026. Wherever and whenever you are, I hope you are having just a meal of the day. Just absolutely enjoying it. Apparently, it is a great afternoon, I've been told. Um, I don't see anyone, including myself, having put anything in the attendees. So the couple of people we have here, if you could please put your name down on the attendees. We need them today more than ever. Do we have anyone new here? It's a short list. I think everyone's introduced themselves before. Ananya, have you introduced yourself before?
Hi, yeah. I've been
Oh,
here
good.
for 1 year now. Yay.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you just hang out at the network meetings. Let's do this schedule check-in. We are going to say goodbye to our version 1.9 schedule real soon. So this will be the second last time I look at this. To the best of my knowledge, I'm still playing catch up after 2 weeks out. Next week, next 22nd of July, is the KubeVirt version 1.9 release. Do we have anyone here? I don't see anyone who normally handles the release. So I presume it's doing everything right. It's on track. And then the following week, roughly on the 29th, we can expect the CDI release. I haven't looked at it yet, but I did see that we have a 1.10 draft schedule out. So we will start looking at that next week, I believe. Oh, I have it here. Wait, that's where I saw it. Look, it looks like this. Hmm. So just keep in mind that my browser is extremely slow whenever I run this meeting. I've got some feedback here. We are looking at really roughly a VEP freeze date of 2nd of September, a code freeze of the 21st of October with a GA of 18th 11 November. So that is subject to change, but something to work off. Next up, we've got our events freshly updated. We'll talk about this in just a second, but KubeVirt Summit 2026, the CFP is open and begging for submissions. Hopefully you've all seen the announcements about that. It'll be run on October 15th, and it is, as always, a free virtual event. So you can register today, and I highly encourage you to. You can register on this link. We've also got upcoming conferences with, KVM Forum as well, of course. It closes in a couple of weeks. We've got a talk coming up at KubeCon Japan, which I think will be really cool. And also, I don't know if we're allowed to talk about this, but no one's told me not to because I didn't attend the kickoff meeting. Our KubeVirt Summit live event. This is the same thing, same kind of event that we ran at KubeCon Europe, Amsterdam. It was accepted into KubeCon North America, so we'll be running that again. It's roughly 2.5 hours or something like that. Mini event run within the KubeCon Solutions Showcase. So it'll be one of the days of the 12th to the 15th. That's too many days. Must be the 13th to the 15th of November. So that's really exciting. Details are still being hatched. We've just had the kickoff call about that, but I've thrown it in there just as a little bit of a reminder. This will also coincide with 10 years of KubeVirt. It's been a few people have kind of pointed me towards. I can't remember the date off the top of my head. It's like August 16th. We had the first commit made into a KubeVirt repository of some description. So that's cool. So we'll do a session at KubeVirt Summit Live at KubeCon. As I say, it's a slight mouthful. Kind of celebrating 10 years of KubeVirt, and we'll probably do one at the KubeVirt Summit virtual event. October 15th as well, just because that's more globally accessible. Okay, a quick look at the calendar. So we have our release candidate today. Hopefully that goes well. This week we have the AIE, the Accelerated Infrastructure Enablement Working Group. So that's tomorrow. Nothing on Friday. And next Tuesday is our VEP discussion. Oh, and next Wednesday as well, before the KubeVirt meeting, we have the DRA for another meeting. So those are the non-weekly meetings to be made aware of. Let's have a quick look at what we've got on the agenda. Okay, just a couple of things. I don't see Idemar here. So KubeVirt Summit CFP, it closes next week. For whatever reason, I was removed from as an organizer from the event, so I can't actually see how many submissions we currently have. Speak of the devil. But what I can say is it's better to have more submissions than less. And so if you're like not sure whether you want to submit or you don't think that whatever you work on or whichever way that you deploy KubeVirt or how you tinker with it, I think a lot of us maybe get a little bit carried away in some of the minute details, and maybe we don't think that what we work on is particularly interesting to other people. But cancel those reservations and just throw a thought down, put something in, put it in the box, because I think some people are kind of surprised at the things that we select for this event. It's voted on. And what you don't find particularly interesting, you might be a little too close to, and other people might be really interested. So I'd highly recommend just submitting just for the hell of it. It doesn't cost much. The KubeVirt Summit CFP, just in case you are under the false notion, it's requiring 1,000-word kind of submissioning like that. It's nowhere near as sophisticated. Just you could even throw some dot points as long as it gives us, the review team, an idea of what you want to talk about. Then I say go for it. Idemar is here, so I'm going to pass it on to him to do a little quick FYI on some pretty major changes that are coming up in next week in the version 1.9 release.
Yep, so hello everyone. As some of you already know, by the time, in the newest KubeVirt release, basically beta features will be on by default. This is great for many reasons. First of all, it makes every one of us a beta tester by default, which helps us improve the project and find bugs early. It also means that by the time we want to graduate a feature to beta, the PR itself that does that forces the feature to run through CI, and for different beta features to be cross-tested with one another. So I think that's a very welcome change, and I think it's pretty great. There is a little disclaimer that downstream vendors are encouraged, or at least should take this into account, that they maybe want to disable all or some of the beta features in production. Obviously, we try to graduate features to beta only if they are relatively stable, but they are not GA'd yet, so there is a risk to doing that. And so, I think that the recommended approach would be by default to disable these in production until you want to enable some of them, which is a choice that you can make. This is basically it. There is a blog post over there for the full details if you need them, and as always, you can ping me if you need any further information.
Just to add to that, read the blog post first and then ping Idemar. Don't just ping him. Because I think he did a great job with this blog post, and I'm pretty sure it covers all of the necessary information. Thank you, Idemar. Overthought. Jed, would you like to speak to this?
Yeah, well, it's pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, I feel like there's a kind of a trend of people joining this meeting later and later. When we first saw that, we decided to delay the start by 3 minutes, but I feel like it only made things worse because now people assume that yeah, people don't join before 3 past. So uh, we can keep adding 3 minutes, but I don't think that's a viable option. Uh, yeah, I think at 3 past today we were 3 or 4 in the meeting, and we picked at 14. Yeah, just I don't know. Heads up.
Yeah, and from this feedback, and I think it's now a lot more relevant now that we only have 30 minutes, thanks to the SIG compute consuming half of our time, which I'm totally on board with. But we've now found ourselves really butting against that date. And so I think maybe what we'll do is, if I'm able to actually keep track of this, I'm going to start the community meeting 10 seconds earlier than when we started it the week before. We'll see whether or not I can keep true to that. Which means roughly by the end of August, start of September, we will be starting around the minute mark. We'll probably start 30 seconds late, like I'll be honest. Cool. Thank you, Jed, for raising that and for yeah, for what's the word? Forcing it upon us. That sounds terrible. I'll try and get back to my train of thought. Let's move on to. We have a couple of PDFs here. I put all of these here. Most of them belong to the website. I'm looking for predominantly just someone to take a quick look and LGTM. So this is an update to the KubeVirt Summit page. And then once it's in, I can actually add the 2026 details. But it seems silly to overwrite this person's work. Next one. Really simple. I think I have LGTM.
You're
LGTM.
cutting out a little bit,
Uh,
Andrew. Also, yeah, I'm not an approver. It appears on the website. So, but I will review the ones you pasted.
awesome. I've kicked my laptop into performance mode. We'll see if that makes any difference. In which case we won't go through some of the, well, let's have a quick look. This is a restructuring of the KubeVirt Summit page. If two other people aside from me, both LGTM, I'm happy to throw or change my LGTM to an approve to get these moving forward. Because our website, so the kubevirt.github.io repo, for those that are familiar with it, is our website. It has quite a shrunken list of reviewers and approvers. So if you are interested and have knowledge of just kind of like moving this stuff forward, yeah, a couple of reviews and stuff like that is all it will take to be involved, to move up the contributor ladder in this, and that'll be a great help to the project. If anyone's interested in, yeah, kind of developing those skills and developing from a contributor into a reviewer or an approver. This is a repo very much in need of that. The fourth one. Oh yeah, this is a simple bump from Brian. I don't see Brian here. And this last one is in the community repo. Again, I've given it approval. It needs as an LGTM. This is improving the release notes contribution guide. Some great work by a new contributor, Daniel Blay. So yeah. And that closes a project in for a ticket, if I remember correctly. So that brings us to the bottom of this. I had a quick look at the mailing list review. I couldn't see anything that was left hanging. So I'll just have a quick look. We're finishing up a little early today. Has anyone joined since we started who is new to the community meeting and wants to introduce themselves? I'll take that as a no. And is there anything before we close for this week that anyone would like to add at the last minute, whether it's just an FYI or just wants to ask a question or just thank someone who's helped them recently?
Hello, test.
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
Right. If I may, so for the release notes contributor guide, does that should that be in the KubeVirt repo or KubeVirt community repo? And I'm asking from the perspective of a lot of the guidelines for like PR and how to make a contribution are already in KubeVirt, and you know, for those of us, which I assume is most of us using agentic, that information is useful for the agent in the KubeVirt repo. So just a thought.
No, it's a good thought. And I think on the issue, Daniel raised that as well. Off the top of my head, I cannot remember why we thought the community repo. I think it's because something else was here. But yeah, if you'd like to add that to the PR, that would be great. And thanks for bringing that up. I see, Aurel, you've got your hand up.
Yes, thank you very much. Just wanted to ask people to contribute their time with reviews. We have almost 300 open PRs on KubeVirt and several dozen PRs on the enhancement repo, and we are really in need of reviews, and they will be much appreciated. Thank you.
That's a great point, and probably cannot be repeated enough. So maybe we can bring it up in the C Compute meeting as well. It also reminds me, just before we close up, I have someone to thank. I've got Daniel and as well Aurel. Thank you very much for looking after the KubeVirt community meeting while I was on holidays. Thanks a lot. Without any further ado, I'd like to thank you all for being here, for everything you do in the community. We'll close it out this week. So see you next week. And don't forget, KubeVirt Summit, CFP, put something in. Thanks. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye bye.